Welcome back, developers. Alright, today we are just going to be doing a simple program. There are built-in string methods, and we are just going to be replicating the lower method and the upper method. Let's say the user inputs a random string of text. It gives us the lowercase version and the uppercase version. So let's get into it. In Python, we have string data type, and these strings contain sequence of characters. Let's say we have a string which contains the value John. Now, if we go on our console and type in print name and click on dot, we get suggestion for the various methods of strings, from its digits, upper, lower, capitalized, etc. If these methods were not there, how were we going to do it? It means that we as developers will have to always come up with these methods on our own, and instead of just using .lower, we'll have to write a bunch of code to convert a string of text into lowercase. So today we're just going to be doing two simple methods, which are the lower method and the uppercase method. Without further ado, let's get into it. So to achieve that, we need to collect a string of text, and this string we need to return either the uppercase version, as if the method called us uppercase, or we return the lowercase. So first things first, from this we could see a keyword return, and return is usually used in functions, which tells us that we are going to be doing this the functional method. So let's define a function and call it low, because we don't want to use the default one of lower, but let's make it lowercase. This function is going to take in an argument, which is going to be the string to be converted. So we want this string to be returned as lowercase. So in order to do this, we're making use of two built-in functions. I'm just going to go to the command prompt, and in Python we have a built-in function which is called the help function, and what it does is that it gives you a brief explanation on what the function does. So if you see here, we could see welcome to Python's help utility. So I'm just going to quit out of this, and when I come back, just to give you an insight, you already know what the print function does, and if you say help print, it gives us a brief explanation on what the print does. For example, we all know that it prints value to the command prompt, and by default the end character is a new line character. So we're just going to use that same one for the two functions we're going to be talking about today, which are the odd and the chr functions. So the odd function collects a single character and returns the integer equivalent, and if you say help odd, it returns the Unicode code point for a one character string, meaning that if you pass in a character, for example letter E, it returns the Unicode value, which is going to be an integer. And in contrast to that, the chr function collects an integer, which we could call the Unicode code point, and returns a one character string. So here we say it returns a Unicode string of one character with ordinal, meaning that if you should say odd and pass in exclamation mark, we should get the ordinal equivalent, which is 33. And if we should do the same in opposite, that is, we should pass 33 for the chr function, you guessed it, we're going to get exclamation mark outputted in the console. So we could say chr 68, which is going to give us letter D. It gives us letter D, and if we say ord D, it's going to give us 68. So let's go back into the project, and now this string that is passed in, we need to look through this string for each character, and for each character let's convert it into ordinal numbers. Just for test case, we are going to call this function and pass in John, and we are expecting all the numerical values. So for J we have 74, we have 111 and we have 104 for H and 110 for N. So with this, we could assign this to a variable called J. Now we have the Unicode characters, and we want, if it is uppercase, is what we're going to change, but if it's lowercase, we ain't going to change that. So let's create a list containing all the uppercase letters, and here we have them. And now we can check for if the value in that string is in this our list of letters, then we should get the equivalent in ASCII. And now that equivalent, which is what we call J, plus 32, because if you go to the table, you could see that 65 plus 32 is 97, and the uppercase and the lowercase character is 97, and 90 plus 32 is 122, and the lowercase z is 122. So if you come back here and we say J is equal to this, how are we then going to get the string back? In order to do this, we just declare a new variable called lower txt. And now this lower txt is going to be an empty string, and for every character we convert to its upper lowercase version, we append it to that lower text string. So we're just going to say lower text plus equal to the string version of that character. So now, what if the character is not in this list? You're just going to append it like that, meaning that it was either a symbol or it was a lowercase letter. So we're just going to say else lower txt plus equal to I. Then at the end of this function, we are going to return lower txt.
2 hours later.
And now, if we come out here and we say, for example, random value, we could see all in lowercase. Seems like there's a mistake somewhere. I made a mistake. I was not supposed to declare this inside the for loop because I'm giving it a local scope. So now we have that text all in lowercase, and if we were to enter a valid character, we could say my name is Hypro, and when we run this, we get it all in lowercase. So with this, we have successfully created a prototype for the lowercase method, which is already built in Python for strings. We have created our own version. So with this same format, we could create for the uppercase, since they have something in common. We deal with just 26 letters and this. So we're just going to copy this and paste it, and now change the variables. The function name will now be uppercase. This should be upper txt, and this should be negative, not positive, and the list which you are working with should contain lowercase letters. Alright, so if you say print lowercase this and print uppercase of the same value, we should be getting both the lowercase version and the uppercase version. Now we want the user to we want the user to input his own text. So we're just going to come up here, and just so it's going to be continuous, put in a while loop and say user equal to input. And since it's a string, we don't need to convert it to another data type. We're just going to go ahead and print the lowercase version and call the lowercase function which we've created and passing user as the argument, and do the same for the uppercase version and just add new line character so it's going to look readable. And there we have it. The user comes and pastes in random text. We should give them the text given in lowercase and uppercase. Let's say we have you subscribed yet? We get this, and let's see this. My fellow developer. See, I try to mix up the casing, and we get have you subscribed yet, my fellow developer in lowercase, and have you subscribed yet, my fellow developer in uppercase. So there we have it, a simple program that replicates the lower method, the lower built-in method for Python, and the upper built-in method. So you could try to enhance this, and you could even try and create your own for, let's say, for the upper method, you could create a function that returns true or false if it's digits, capitalized, which could split it, which could format it, which could get the index, and so on and so forth. Just do you, feel free, and remember, practice makes perfect. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you in another one.